Hello guys, welcome back to Mr. Cloud Book channel. Today is the day 3 of the Kubernetes masterclass and we are going to talk about the Naruto Verse. We are going to talk about the Kubernetes, how it's there before and what kind of changes it's bring to our tech industries and everything. With the help of the anime, greatest anime, that is Naruto, we will talk about in the Naruto Verse. So who watches the anime will definitely love this particular one, but you will understand the concept, what happened before the Kubernetes and after the Kubernetes, like what changes they made and everything in the easy way. Okay, let's go. Kubernetes, Naruto verse. Okay, and this is the prologue. We can call it as the era of a disarray. Okay, see, before everything. So a long time ago, in the world of ninjas, we will talk about the Naruto first and then about the Kubernetes slowly. I will explain in the detailed way also. So first point, I'm talking about the Naruto world. So a long ago in the world of the ninja, so they called the warriors as the ninjas. Okay, so there was a lot of fighting and chaos. So always they fight for the land and for the power and everything. Okay, like different ninja clans. Like there are many clans in the Naruto verse, like Uchiha clan, Senju clan, Hyoga clan. So unlike most other Uzumaki, Nara, so many clans are there. Okay, we can call it as the different kind of containerization tool we have available in the old days, like that. And they are always battling each other. Okay, like there was no one to organize them all, so like no one is to stop the war. So everyone, even the small kids also try to fight with each other. Okay, like they are also like in the war always. There will be always chaos. Okay, so this is like the early days of the computers. Okay, we are talking about the Kubernetes now, where people had to do everything by hand. Okay, like see, we will do manual stuff and everything, right? Before the Kubernetes, we have to do everything by the hand only, manual stuff without any automation. There is no self-healing like that. There was nothing to organize our containerization like that in the orchestration way. Okay, so it was very messy at the starting of the, like before of the Kubernetes, okay, and hard to manage, okay. Just like Ninja World, just like the Ninja World needed a leader to bring the peace, okay. Like, see, they wanted to stop the war, that guys, so they are going to need a leader, okay, to bring the peace. So, like the children can read and learn more things in the future. So, like the computer world or the tech industry also needs a system to help and manage the everything, like the containerization tools and contains all, to organize everything in a single go, like in a single tool. So that is the Kubernetes. Okay, like see, we are talking about the chapter 1 here. So before I'm explaining again. So in the ninja war, so everyone will fight. There is no organization, nothing else. So they always fight each other. So they are trying to create a new source or the new leader. So in order to bring the peace, okay. So like to make organize everything to live happy life, okay. And before also in Kubernetes, without Kubernetes, we will face so many issues, like we will do manual stuff and nothing to organize all those containers, right? So that is the this slide mainly shows. And next, this is the chapter 1. I will explain the rise of Hokages. Like in the Naruto verse, there's a Hokage means that is the leader. Okay, the first leader or the first Hokage is the Hashirama Senju. The red color dress guy is the Hashirama Senju, and the blue color dress guy is the his brother Tobirama Senju. Okay, he is the red one is the first Hokage, and blue one is the second Hokage. Remember, so they were the founders of the hidden leaf. So they created a leaf, and that village name is Konoho. So they call it as the hidden leaf village. So they wanted to create a place. So like they wanted to make the peace. Okay. So they wanted to make the create a place where ninjas could be trained and work together to protect the village. Okay. So in not clashing in between them, but they wanted to make a peace and they wanted to create a ninjas, okay, like to work together and to train together to protect the village. Okay, like say like we protect our application, right, to not get down. So They built the Ninja Academy to teach the young ninjas. I mean, like young warrior kids. So how to work as a team. So like this is the like the beginning of the Kubernetes. Okay. So we are talking about the beginning of the Kubernetes. Hashirama is the visionary leader and the architect of order. See, so the Tobirama Senju creates a new kind of jutsus, like the new kind of powers and techniques. Okay, so the first in the Kubernetes also, the Google Cloud created or invented the Kubernetes. Okay, first. After that, they handed over to the second person as the CNCF, Cloud Native Computing Foundation, right? So this is the symbolic representation. So they handed over to the next guy. Okay, the visionary leader handed over to the architect. So now Kubernetes is mainly handled by the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. Okay, so okay, they both work together. Those both are brothers, mainly Hasirama and Tobirama. So they work together to keep the village safe. So in Kubernetes parallel, so Hasirama dream of peaceful village is the start of the Kubernetes. Okay, like it's like starting of the Kubernetes, which helps organize and manage the computer application or pods or the containers so they can work together smoothly. Okay, so the Tobirama is created some kind of power, CNCF added so many powers in the Kubernetes, right? So this is the another concept of chapter 1. See the what that particular Tobirama did. See the architect. See architect means like he creates a new kind of techniques, right? So like that uh, Tobirama is the Hashirama brother, I already told, was very smart and practical. Okay, he built the system and the rules that made village run smoothly. He started the Ninja Academy and other groups to train and manage ninjas. Okay, so in Kubernetes parallel, so Tobirama systems are like the main parts of the Kubernetes, such as like API server, etcd, and the scheduler. These are the parts help to make sure that Kubernetes works as the program or like the tool as they organize it and they run smoothly. Okay, so I created that and the legacy continues. This is the next slide. So I already explained the first slide, right? So this is the second slide. So that guy with the green color mask or the yellow color is the fourth Hokage. That guy name is Minato and the first guy name is Hiruzen Sarutobi. So these are the next two leaders after they die. I mean, like after in the future, in the next legacy. Okay, they made the village even better. So see, we can't stay at that point on right. We will improve, upgrade the Kubernetes as well, right? So like that only, these two guys improved the village even better. Okay, Hiruzen and that Hiruzen guy made friends with the other villages, like how Kubernetes works well with the different systems, right? Different tools. Okay, so he works with the other like villagers beside villages and talk with them, made friend with them like that. So like that only, Kubernetes also made friends and making everyone to talk with each other in a friendly way. Okay, so and next that guy that other yellow color guy, the yellow color haired guy. So that guy name is Minato, was very fast and smart. Okay, he always completes the mission very quickly and safely, like how Kubernetes updates and fixes the programs without stopping them. Okay, so it will also works like the Flash. See, Kubernetes also work like the Flash. Okay, so whenever we see new updates, we will try to do the rolling updates, right? So we will do the new deployment. So if it's not works, we will quickly roll back, right? So it's like a Flash. So the missions or the application never goes down. So they will always be in the success way. So the application will be works fine like that yellow colored guy, that Minato. So he is very smart leader. First of all, we will talk about the Hiruzen Sarutobi, that guy, third Hokage, the wise leader. So Hiruzen was very wise and knew about being a ninja. He made friends with other villages and kept the village safe and strong. Okay, so in the Kubernetes parallel, so Hiruzen friendship are like a Kubernetes working with the different tools, okay, like Docker, Containerd, like that, and with the different systems also and tools to make everything work better together. So Kubernetes made friends like that. We can simply say creating the more relationships. Okay. And the next is Swift strategist. So I'm talking about that yellow colored guy. So he was very fast and smart. He could move quickly and finish missions without getting hurt. Okay. So in the Kubernetes world, we can say Minato speed is like the Kubernetes rolling updates and self-healing. So Kubernetes have the self-healing properties, right? And rolling updates, rolling back and everything. These features make sure programs are updated and applications are up and running finally and fixed quickly without stopping them. So that is the main concept I am going to explain in this particular slide. Okay. So the next chapter we are going to talk about is the Sanin, the quest for the knowledge. Okay. So these are the three students of third Hokage. I mean like Hiruzen Sarutobi. So that first guy, black-haired guy, is that Orochimaru, and the middle one is the Jiraiya and Tsunade. So they three are called the Great Sanin. Okay. So each other with their own special skills. They have own special skills like the Kubernetes also. So Jiraiya was a great at gathering the information. So that middle guy is a good at making the information and finding the information without catching other enemies. Okay, like that. So like how Kubernetes uses monitoring tools to check on programs, like to check on pods and everything. He always monitors the villages, different villages. Like Kubernetes monitor the other pods and API servers and everything, right? Like that only. So and next, Tsunade was the medical expert, like how Kubernetes checks and fixes programs automatically or the applications automatically. So that girl is the doctor or the medical ninjutsu warrior. So who makes the operations, health checks and everything. So she is also fast. Okay. See the likewise Kubernetes also having the self-healing properties, right? So without making the service or application down, they will check everything. Like Kubernetes checks everything and fixes the programs or applications automatically without any issues. And Orochimaru is the loved to experiment everything with the new techniques. That black colored guy, that black colored hair guy, so he loves to experiment everything for the new techniques like that. Like Kubernetes also try to out with the new features, right? They bring a new features every version like 1.3, 1.3.0 like that. So he's also trying to create a new kind of versions. Okay. So we'll talk about each other. I mean like each person with the comparing of the Kubernetes slowly. So first we will talk about the Jiraiya, the middle person, the sage monitoring, the sage of monitoring. Jiraiya travels the world gathering the information and keeping an eye on the things. His information was very important for keeping the village safe. Okay, that middle guy. So we will talk about the Kubernetes world now. So like Jiraiya, information gathering is like a Kubernetes monitoring the tools and pods and important services such as Prometheus and Grafana. These tools collect the data about your applications to make sure they are running well without any issues. Okay, so that is the combination of the Jiraya R and the monitoring stuff in between like that, and like comparing. Okay, in the anime way. And next, Tsunade, the healer of systems. We'll call her as the healer of the system. Tsunade was a great medical ninja. She healed injured ninjas and made sure they were ready to fight again. Okay, in the Kubernetes world, Tsunade healing is like your Kubernetes health checks and self-healing problems. Okay, Kubernetes automatically check if pods are working fine or not. If it's not working, so it will fix them, try to fix them. If it's not works, it will make that down and create the new pod up, right? So like that only Tsunade is works for the healing of the system. In the Kubernetes world, we will call it as the health checks. Okay. Next, we will talk about the Orochimaru, the innovator of the forbidden techniques. So he loves to experiment new things. Okay. Orochimaru love to experiment with the new and sometimes dangerous techniques. He always wanted to learn more and push off the limits. So he wants to push over the limits. Okay. In the Kubernetes world, in the Kubernetes world, so we'll say it like Orochimaru experiments are like the Kubernetes trying out the new features and the tools. Developers use Kubernetes to test new ways to make the programs or the application to run in a better way. and run in the more secure way. Okay, so this is the main slide of this particular concept. We will talk about the Kubernetes self-healing, health checks and monitoring, how Kubernetes improved one by one. Okay, the shadow of the Akatsuki. So we will call them as the shadow of the Akatsuki. So we'll talk about them now. So Itachi Uchiha and Obito Uchiha. So they both are, the masked guy is Obito and the without mask guy is the Itachi one here. So they were once a loyal ninjas who joined the Akatsuki. So a group that brought a big changes. Okay. So whatever the big changes that bring in the Kubernetes, like these guys bring the some big changes in the that ninja world. Okay, their actions led to major shifts in the ninja world, like how big changes in the Kubernetes introduced the new features and ways to manage the programs and run the applications. Okay, we will talk about the Itachi, the tragic hero, with the comparison of the Kubernetes, and we will say that Itachi joined the Akatsuki to protect his village from the shadows, okay, like the from the villains. His actions, though misunderstood, were meant to keep the village safe. Okay, he wanted to keep the village safe always, no matter what. Okay, he will go extent to save the village. Okay, he killed his own family or own clan to save the village. Okay, so like that in the Kubernetes world, we can say. Uh, Hitachi actions are like the big changes in Kubernetes, such as introduction of the Kubernetes operators, okay, like Kubernetes API. These changes help to manage the programs in a new and better ways, okay. And next we will talk about the Obito Uchiha, the catalyst of the change, okay. Obito become a central figure in the Akatsuki, leading the major conflicts, okay, and changes in the ninja world. So in the Kubernetes world, we can say Obito role is like major shifts, okay, in the Kubernetes, like such as the transition from the Docker to other container runtimes like container D and cryo, nerdctl, podman. So they are trying to, I mean, like Kubernetes trying to support every containerization tools, okay. So in the starting they supported only Docker and they added the Docker sim, but in the later they added the more changes, like the Obito Uchiha made a big changes in that ninja world, like Kubernetes also made so many changes, okay, in this world, in the Kubernetes world, okay. So this is the slide about that particular concept. So like what changes they made, big changes in the Kubernetes with the help of the anime. So I'm trying to say simplistic way what they made. Okay, that next this is the Uchiha rebellion. So chapter 5 we can say like that. So that red color dressed guy is the Madara Uchiha and the other guy is the Shisu Uchiha. They added the names there, so easy to understand. And these two are more powerful, so they have the powerful abilities, okay, and their ideas could change anything and everything. So in the Kubernetes they are like the major updates, okay, that bring the big improvements but also require the changes in how things are done, okay. So these are like the big changes that made in the village. So Kubernetes also made some kind of changes, okay, big improvements in the updates, okay. So we'll talk about the Madara Uchiha here, the visionary revolutionary king. So Madara wanted to unite the world under his rule. So his powerful ideas and abilities challenged the established order. So he wants to make everything peace. That's why he fights for that one. So in the Kubernetes world, we can say Madara Vision is like the major updates in the Kubernetes that brings the big improvements such as better performance and security. These updates push the limits of what Kubernetes can do. Okay. So Kubernetes also try to improve so many performance security things like that that Madara guided. So we'll talk about the Shisui Uchiha. So the idealistic innovator. So Shisui wanted to bring about the change through peaceful way. Okay. So Madara wants war, but Shisui was wants peace. Okay. His powerful abilities had the potential to make things better. Okay, so Shisui had a big kind of ideas. They want to make the good, okay, for their village. So in the Kubernetes world, we can say Shisui peaceful change is like small improvements, okay, in the Kubernetes that make it easier to use and more functional. Okay, if we made a big changes at a one point it will break the system. That's why we need to make the small changes. Okay, these changes improve the overall experience of using the Kubernetes. That's why they got the 89% of the companies presently using the Kubernetes according to the CNCF in 2023. Okay, so the next chapter, that is Naruto Uzumaki, the Tale of Jinchuriki. So Naruto Uzumaki is the Jinchuriki of the nine tails, had a immense power that needed to controlled. Okay, this is like a immense power that needed to be controlled. This is like managing a large and complex Kubernetes cluster that are powerful but needed the right tools and strategies. Okay, Naruto's journey of mastering his powers is like the ongoing development of the Kubernetes and focusing on making it better and more secure. Okay, so that guy is always wanted to improve himself. He continuously improved. Okay, so like what, how Kubernetes improved continuously, that guy is also Naruto Uzumaki guy is also continuously improved from the small, I mean like small kid, he became the Hokage. Okay, from nothing to hero he became. So like that only Kubernetes is started with zero and got the 89% of the usage right now in the industry tech right now. Okay, so we'll compare with them. So Naruto Uzumaki, the relentless optimizer. Naruto had a great power as the Jinchuriki of the nine tails. His journey of mastering his power and going the trust of his friends was full of challenges and success. So in the Kubernetes world also, so Naruto journey is like the continuous improvement of the Kubernetes. Managing the large Kubernetes cluster requires the right tools and strategies to make the most of their power. Just as the Naruto journey was full of challenges and success, the development of the Kubernetes involves the making it better and more secure. Okay, so like that, and the Naruto guy made the village more peaceful. So that how Kubernetes also improved slowly and make everything right now. See that every pod or everything containerization tools are in the orchestration, right? So they managed, they self-healed. Okay, they have everything, health checks, monitoring, and API. So whatever, if pod is down, it will recreate the new pod. Okay, we added the replica sets, deployment services, security, TLS, CS certificates. So these are things we will talk in the upcoming videos. This is how Kubernetes improved one by one step with the help of the Naruto Verse anime. Okay, so in the next video, I am going to explain about the Kubernetes architecture with the help of the concept that I saw on the online. So I'll talk about that. And next, I will explain in my own way with the help of the Kubernetes SIP concept. Thanks for watching the video and keep on supporting to Mr. Cloudbook channel.